Hello and welcome to Freedom March. I'm Leland Miller. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm live from studio. Can you believe it? There's no beach. There's no background. There are no birds chirping in the bush. There's no strong back. There's no love vine. There's no stuff. Well, maybe. But anyway, we're back from Cat Island. I brought the spiritual advisor. He's here with me all in one piece. Y'all make sure y'all show the people the spiritual advisor. But I can tell you one thing. I come to hang out with winners today because I hear all kind of things from this race going down in Cat Island. And I told them they stood no chance against the Barbarian. I told them that. I said, when you see the Barbarian go there, beloved, it's just going to be chaos and pandemonium. For everybody that on any other boat, they tell me I lie. Well, I tell you this, I hear they say Graveyard Day couldn't save them. And so everybody else who was out there just licks, and more licks. And so I've come today to hang out with the winners, and now I must actually tell them that not only did I have a horse in the race, I had a running horse in the race. And so my friends, the Barbarians, they went down there. They cleaned up in the B class category of the race. Of course, there was a second place finish in the E class. But nonetheless, in war, there are no second place trophies, so we ain't talking about that one. I told y'all, I don't care if it's catch the cat, catch a butterfly, or whatever y'all was catching down there. Y'all stood no chance against the Barbarian. And so I'm here today to support my friends on board the Barbarian. Bradley Roll is with me. Spiritual advisor, welcome to Freedom.
Good to be here. Great to be here.
How does it feel to be back?
Well, at least we don't have the elements to battle. We inside, we will get some air conditioning. But boy, it's hot in Cat Island, eh?
Is it?
Woo,
the breeze is very wonderful.
It is hot.
Let me say this. I want to say this early in the show. Listen to me. If you are a man or a woman of faith, right? Pray that you do all the things in life right to go to heaven. But if by chance you don't make it to heaven, pray that God allows you to go to the Rollers Resort, my friend. Because that's the next best thing. If you miss heaven, just don't miss an opportunity to go check out the Rollers Beach Resort down there in Old Bite Cat Island. I don't care what else you do with your life, right? Don't waste your time going to London and Europe and Canada. And you see the Americans talking nonsense now, but you gotta have $150,000 or something crazy on your bank account. Donald, none of us have that. Now what? Don't waste your time. Go see my friends down by the Rollers Resort. I promise you, it's the step right beneath heaven. It's Freedom March. I'm Leland Miller. Bradley Rollers with me. We'll be back on the next side of the break. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Leland Miller. You're listening to us here on 103.5 The Beat FM. See, when you just win, like, you know, but when you got big trophies, they just get in the way. But don't worry about that. Losers don't have no trophy hiding their face. So if you can't see my face, chances are it's because you're a loser and you're at home with no trophies. But we, over here at Freedom March, we're hanging out with winners today. And I told them, Freedom March called it twice. I told them that the Barbarian was coming. Last year, he broke a mask. This year, he come for the. Okay. And so he's with us here today. But before we get to that, I thought something was wrong with my mic, so let me say it again. If you are a man of faith, I want you to pray that you make it to heaven. But if by chance you do not make it to heaven, beloved, pray that you make it to the Rolex Resort. You hear me? Because that's the step right before heaven. So just in case you don't make it to heaven, 2-3 nights there, and boy, you know, who knows? Anyway, so let me say a special thank you to every single person that was so kind to us while we were down there in Kid Island this last week. I think we had a wonderful time. Bradley Roll, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much. Good to be here. Been a good time.
Tell the people about how wonderful a time you had in Kid Island.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed Kid Island, especially the sites, the Regatta site, the sites of the Rolex Resort, beautiful beach. Then, of course, we went down to Curly's Resort up there in, what's that settlement now?
See, I base all of my training on you.
No. I just have a bad memory.
That's
Anyhow,
how I know you're in base.
so he's down there. Let me see now. I just get that a little mix up. He's in the south.
Oh, Jesus.
He's in the north.
Okay, now you're getting in the right.
All right, so he's in the north. Yeah, but he has a beautiful resort, beautiful beach.
What's the place name?
It's called Curly's Resort.
No, what the place, the Curly's Resort name is?
Bennett's Harbor.
See, that's,
See, the thing is, I just got a bunch of things in my mind, so I'll eventually remember it.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful, wonderful resort.
you
Wonderful
probably
place.
was the reason they started caning Negroes, you know that? Negroes like you was probably the reason caning Negroes began.
Well, you know, the Family Islands, boy, I tell you, it's a good experience. A lot
food
of
is
things.
good.
Yeah, food is great.
Yeah, everywhere we went.
Everywhere, yeah. We went to a restaurant on the Regatta site called Tingham Nem, yeah.
Tingham Nem, yeah.
We also went to a restaurant across the road from the airport called what, Double D's? Is
Triple
it?
D's.
Triple D's.
Yeah,
And of course the restaurant at the Curly Resort.
yeah.
Where else did we eat? That was it, eh?
I think so.
I think that was
Yeah. I couldn't let him have too much fun, you know. I had to send him back. Because, you know, I didn't want him to become less safe.
Yeah, no, but you're not with me in that area. But the Family Islands is wonderful. The government needs to pay more attention to the Family Islands.
And I'm saying this to the Ministry of Tourism Spiritual Advisor. I see this notice or this proposal by the U.S. government about how they want us to have this prerequisite in order to qualify for a visa. And I say, parfait foot of them, all right? Just travel to the Bahamas. By the time as you get done with that, 5 or 6 years will be gone. And then they'll have a new president and the policy will probably change again, right?
Yeah, they don't have to go to the United States, but of course, because of, you know, commercial trade and goods, commerce, people flock to the States, but apparently Donald Trump has a different view of that now.
Yeah. Y'all don't like to come back. Y'all like strap down your baby.
And that's been an issue for a lot of countries where people tend to visit and then don't want to come back.
I'm not against Donald Trump's policy.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's no need to have like all this fear factor. Donald Trump is going to be the president for 4 years. And in 4 years, there'll be a new president. We guarantee it won't be Donald. And who knows, the new president will probably relax the policy just like how the Biden administration did. So I don't, listen, y'all had COVID. Y'all had Dorian. Y'all been living your lives in absolute abject poverty in some instances. Now that these economies are up and running, the government has done what all it had to do in order to get, you know, the resorts in Bimini up and running, the one in Grand Bahama is up and running, Eleuthera, Celebration Key is up and running. All I'm saying is, Celebration Key is in Freeport. I'm saying, now that the Bahamians actually have some money, and now that y'all don't have to live your lives on the social service welfare line, take some of that money and travel through the Family Island. Spiritual Advisor had no idea the beach in Kid Island looked like that.
You know, for honeymooners in particular, you know, you're a young Bahamian couple, your honeymooner, you would not get a more prettier sight than to go down to Cat Island at the Roulette Resort. I
Oh,
can
praise the
guarantee
Lord.
you. I guarantee you, if you go there, you probably don't want to come back.
Yeah.
We do have some videos of that wonderful beach. It is a
5 miles
beautiful-
of just pristine.
And I walked it. Well, a portion of it.
I keep telling you, but telling this half truth.
Listen,
You can't
no.
say you walk the beach if all you do is walk right up to the
It took
rock.
me an hour. No, it took me an hour and 6 minutes. I did it. I walked from one end, and I had a witness. I walked from one end all the way down to the other end and back, and I did that in an hour and 6 minutes.
Okay.
So it is
You see
a
that beach?
very long.
Oh, that's good for making a baby.
Not that
This
one.
not
yeah.
this one. That
Yeah.
one is
But before we get to all that, let me just read this.
Give me some holy scriptures.
Yeah, let's
please.
read this
After
quickly.
this wonderful week of resting and, coalescing, convalescing, tell me what this holy scripture have to say.
Just to read today from the book of John, chapter 21, 4 through 10.
Sure.
It says, early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. He called out to them and says, friends, haven't you any fish? No, they answered. He said, throw your net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some. When they did, they were unable to haul the net because of the large number of fish. This is interesting. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, is it the Lord? As soon as Simon Peter heard him say, is it the Lord? He wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had taken it off, and jumped into the water. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish, for they were not far from the shore, about 100 yards. And when they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals there with fish on it and some bread. And Jesus said to them, bring some of the fish you have just caught. So just in keeping with our sailing theme,
Yeah.
something from the book of John, chapter 21, 4 through 9. I wonder if that works today, though.
That you could throw the net onto the other side?
Maybe the skipper could probably ask
Absolutely it does. Let me
if
tell
he
you
goes
something.
out, and apparently he's fishing from the left.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. He doesn't catch any fish. If he tosses on the other side, I wonder what
Works
happens.
perfectly every time.
You think so?
I have a granddaddy who's 99 years old, right? And you go to see with my granddaddy. He's 99 years old. He's not interested in taking fish off the line. He's not interested in putting fish in the cooler. He come out here with one job, take the fish out of the ocean. So when he catch the fish, you got to give him another line because he ain't got time to wait on you to take the fish off the hook, right? So anyway, sometimes you out to sea, you in the same boat, you on the right-hand side of the boat, and you can't catch seaweed. He on the left-hand side of the boat, and he got a cooler full of fish. And so I've actually witnessed this happen.
Okay.
That sometimes if you throw your net on the other side, you will end up with fish.
Yeah, but it was indeed, it was a wonderful experience to me, I must say. I think that was a perfect island to choose for me.
And Carl Roll and his wonderful wife Yvonne, I mean, they are the quintessential expression of courteousness and just nice people. And I really cannot, I really cannot in words calculate or surmise how I feel toward them after coming out of it. And mind you, I've been going to Cat Island a very long
I
time.
sent you a video.
I've been going to Cat Island a very long time. And I've met nice people. Ezra Russell, a wonderful person in my view. Curly, another wonderful person in my view. What's the woman from Hotspot's name? Another wonderful person Melanie, a wonderful person in my view. Just all around nice people. Then, there's Butney, the flower cake woman. Fantastic people. But I have to give it to them, boy. I want to write the national. If you see 500 people wasn't already on this list, I was going to write the national award ceremony. People, what they name? The national award, them. And I was going to tell them, boy, y'all, not for my sake, but for Christ's sake, and not in my name, but in Jesus' name, give these people a national honor. And so I'm going to probably petition for them next year. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But it was fantastic.
Absolutely. No, there was a plaza where the Bank of the Bahamas and a food store
Yes.
all in one.
That's Michael.
Let me give a shout out to the proprietor of that food store because apparently, producer, you see that video? If you just take my voice out, we want to look at that video in particular because that's the Roulette Beach Resort. I just want to show people that wonderful beach. But let me shout out to the proprietor. he did something so wonderful. I was just so taken aback when he did it. So we went in there, and buying the Bahamas, I need to talk to B.O.B. I'm going to go and see.
You don't care, so these people only bank now.
I'm gonna talk with Neil Strauss, but the Visa Plus system is supposed to be working, which means this: if I put a card into the B.O.B. machine and it's a Scotia card, as long as it's the Plus system, you see the sign that says Plus, I should be able to withdraw money from that, and they charge me a fee for it.
Sure.
But every time I went to do it, it says the feature's not available. So maybe B.O.B. you need to look into that. But thank God for the owner of the food store next door.
Mount Alvernia's food store.
Yeah, what's his name? Michael?
Mount Alvernia. Well, Michael is not the food store by the B.O.B. Michael's shop is by the B.O.B. Mount Alvernia, which is where you did the cash transaction.
The cash advance. Okay, that's something separate. But the name of the food store next door to B.O.B. because he allowed me to take the items for free.
Well, I don't know what his shop name. I just call it Michael's shop. See, when you live on a family island,
but let me shout
you don't really
out.
worry about the name of the shop. You just call it after the owner.
Yeah, let me shout you out, sir, because mind you, when I went to the store, I asked if you take cards. He said, sure. And so I did a little shopping, and he told me what the bill was. I said, okay, here's my card. You can swipe. He said, oh, you know what? You can have it, man. Just enjoy yourself. And I just thought that was just so generous of him. Yeah. And that was a very good experience for me.
Well,
the first time.
Michael ain't give me nothing free, and I've been coming there.
Well, he could see you had
Michael,
the money.
you don't even know the spiritual advisor.
Yeah, he could have seen you at the cash.
I mean, and he talked to me about all kinds of things.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Wow.
And God bless you.
And see all of these secret I didn't even notice.
And of course, a special shout out to the Mount Alvernia food store who allowed me to do a cash advance. Mm-hmm. And as a result of that, I was able to have cash.
Look at that beach.
But look at this is the beach.
I mean, seaweed even ain't on it.
This is the beach at the Rollers Resort. Bahamians, listen, especially newlyweds. If you get married, you don't have to go to Cancun.
Yeah.
All right? You don't have to go to Belize. You don't have to go to Curacao. You don't have to go to wherever for honeymoon. You can do it right here in the Bahamas. All right? And only that, the proprietors of the Rollers Resort says that they have a lower price, a different price for locals. Mm-hmm. They don't charge locals the same price as they charge the tourists. So you got a local discounted fee that you can go.
But they also said that if you come and spend 3 nights, they'll pay for 1/2 of your ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
She also said
and don't forget now, they've allowed us to offer that to 2 people. So at some point in this week, Ezra Russell say he letting 2 people come. All you got to do is get yourself to Kid Island. He'll give you a 2-night stay free at the Fountain Bay Resort.
Yeah.
You can't beat that, right? And then the Rolls have said that, listen, Rollers is going to march that. They're going to do 2, right? It's going to be a 3-night stay, and they will make sure that you get to stay on that same beach, courtesy of Freedom March. We got to figure out how to let you all win this, because we can't just be giving you all a bunch of free things like that. Yeah?
Yeah, but it was a good experience.
Fantastic.
There's a lot of work to be done, and I can understand now how difficult it is to get family islands to the point where they can become really, really...
I'm happy to announce that before I left, what I witnessed with my eye was that an entire barge of millfill came on the island.
Really?
Yeah, so I suspect that by this time next week, there should just be one bunch of road paving going on.
Yeah, but we got to be consistent now. We just can't wait till election come around to do these things.
Well, how you get election in this? You
because,
on the road,
because that's what it is. Election is around the corner. And we always see, as a matter of fact, when I went home this afternoon, this may be a bit off the topic. When I came home this afternoon, right, I noticed that the government is taking up portions of the road in Marshall Road to pave it. We've been asking for this for 5 years.
Yeah.
And now they decide to do it.
Helping hope is on the way.
Wow. I thought if this political tactic, I thought this was a...
Well, if election coming up, you tell me why Glennis and Martin ain't letting the garbage truck collect the garbage through my granddaddy corner. And I want to talk to you personally, Glennis, because you know LK and AD is friends. And it ain't no way my 99-year-old granddaddy should have garbage with piling up, Glennis, because he's a Auckland's boy and he from Snow Corner. And your daddy from Chester's. And the least you could do for my snug corner granddaddy is make sure his old 99-year-old self ain't have to live with the garbage and the flies, Glennis. Please, not for my sake, for God's sake, send the garbage truck through Minnie Street. And you know Minnie Street is vote for you all the time. So I can't even understand why the garbage truck ain't coming. See, it can't be election time because Glennis ain't taking up the garbage by my granddaddy.
Well,
Minnie Street and Cordova Avenue, Glennis. Now, you know where LK live.
for the first time in about 8 years, they're taking up the road in Marshall Road.
But that probably mean the road is bad 3 years earlier.
And they're starting to pave. Anyhow, we'll talk about it another time. But Kel Allen,
Put up the Rollers Beach again for me, please. Because remember, I too had a moment of an epiphany while I was down there, right? You know, this is how you know that I wasn't just down there for debauchery and sultry lustiness. I went down there and I heard, right? Put the beach back up. I heard it clear.
Look at
Who draw the line in the sand? You see that? That's a Baptist sermon. You could preach that, you know. You see this? Look at
It's
this.
just beautiful, though. I was really shocked
What
at this.
tells this water? Man, you say you don't believe in God, right? I listen to talking to you who in your car driving. Somehow, two rock blow up and create everything that no problem. Man come from the monkey. Hey, I with you. Let me ask you this question, Mr. No God exists. Who draw that line? How come that water, no matter how much speed that water come out of the blue with, it stop right to that line? Who draw the line in the Baptist preachers? I want one little 2% out of this Sunday message now because I feel like it could preach this Sunday. Who? You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe God created all this other stuff. And yeah, two rocks somewhere in gas and whatever other silliness y'all. Notice how no matter how that water roll, I'm talking about, you could watch roll after roll after roll after roll come toward the beach and get to the beach and stop right to that line. Who put that line there? Man, it had to be
Somebody
God.
bigger than you and I.
It had to
that's
be
for
God.
sure.
And so these are the very simple things that I see and that I hear and that I watch and that I take in that makes my faith unshakable, right? That maybe man doesn't get their definition or their description or their determinations or their translations of God correct all the time. But my friend, I need no other argument. I need no other, it is enough. You know the rest of this?
No.
That's how I know y'all ain't grow up in no good church, man.
But what is also encouraging for us as Bahamians is that I had some Long Islanders call me to tell me that even though that beach may seem very beautiful to me, they say, you all need to come to Long Island. You all want to see some beaches?
Ministry
They say,
of Tourism.
come to Long Island.
Ministry of Tourism, I. Chester Cooper. I like I. Chester Cooper because his name sounds like a sentence. Send us, where is this?
Long Island.
To Long Island.
They say.
Not for our sake.
They say, if you
but
want to see
for Christ's
beach,
sake.
come to Long Island.
That's the jingle. Don't go anywhere. Freedom March is here. I'm leaving Miller, y'all. 103.5 to be there. Fam, Bradley Road, the spiritual advisors with me, and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Leavin Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224, channel 112, that's on Cable and Flow, and of course on IRTV Studios, that's over there on Facebook. But wherever you're listening to us, thank you for listening to us. I tell you, listen to me. I don't care what they try. Last year he break his mask. This year he break you fill in the blank. I'm joined in the studio this afternoon by Captain Delworth Gibson. He is the skipper of the Barbarian. And I got all kind of Barbarian paraphernalia, beloved. I didn't tell you this. Philip McPhee, I told you. I said to you that flesh and blood had not revealed it to me. I told you I was pulling for the Barbarian. I said that. I never ever bit my words on that. And here we are today with all sorts of silverware. Because winners win, and everybody concerned about anything other than winning is not a winner. It's as simple as that.
Great.
Yeah? And so, Skipper, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks for having me.
So,
Pleasure.
Tell us, first of all, how does it feel after the year you had last year with breaking the mask and, having to deal with the disappointment and the cost of that? How does it feel to bring home some silverware this year?
Levi, to tell you the truth, I started to feel as if I stole some money from the church. I am telling you, because we had quite a year last year. Everything was destroyed as far as our boat was concerned. I mean, it wasn't, the mask was the end of it all, but it started with several tragedies with our boat. We just had to be fixing things from the beginning to the end. Right. But we persevered. That is what we were all about. Me and my crew, we knew what we had, and we know what we have. And we just pushed through, man. We just fight it. We spent a lot of money, but that's neither here nor there. Money is not the object.
Money is for spending.
It's not the object.
Yeah,
exactly. We just decided we're gonna put this thing together because we know the powerful machine that we have, and we just put it together, and she come true.
Sure. So, help us out now, because sailing is a national sport, but these people don't know nothing but no sailing. So I can need all the help I can get from you today on this show.
Not a problem.
Right? B class, C class, and E class. Help us understand what the differences are.
Okay, well, there are several differences, okay? Mm-hmm. The B class, they are the bigger boats, okay? They range from 21 to 22 feet in length, okay? And normally they would carry around a 45 to 50-foot mast.
Okay.
Okay.
So 25-foot boat, 50-foot mast.
50-foot mast, B class. Okay. Exactly. They carry a lot of sail area. They would carry about 3,000 pounds of lead in the bottom to compensate for the mast.
For the mast.
Yeah, because whatever amount of weight you have up there, you have to compensate down below the water.
Right.
Yeah, just to stand up. Okay. And the C class would range from 15 to 17 feet.
Okay.
Okay, 17 feet being the maximum.
Okay.
And again, they carry between 34 and 42 feet of mass. Okay, so again, you're looking at about 1,800 pounds of weight on the bottom to compensate for the mass up there. And the reason I keep mentioning the weight is because the boat has to push that way through the water.
This is my point. That's some serious stuff.
Yeah, and they tend to want to do what they want to do. Mm-hmm. So when you hear a skipper talk to you about helm control,
right,
it means that his rudder is controlling what's happening from down the bottom there.
Which could possibly be with 5,000 pounds.
Easily, quite easily. Now, here's the problem. When your rudder is not controlling what's happening from down there, that means you are in big, big trouble.
Okay.
Because you cannot control that boat, and you have no idea where that boat is going to end up.
Yeah.
So
I think my grandma used to say,
that's about the trim.
My grandma used to say, like a rudderless ship.
Exactly. Well, when you have a rudderless ship, you could end up anywhere. Yeah. And then in the E class, there are several components that was introduced with the E class because of this sport becoming the national sport. And one of those key components was the fact that they have limited the amount of mass you can carry and the amount of sail area you can carry on the boom. Okay, which is for the E-class right now, the maximum amount of mass an E-class can carry is 18'6".
Okay.
That's maximum from the deck to the top. 18'6". The maximum amount of boom you can carry is 12 feet. That is maximum.
Okay.
Now, the reason behind that is that the safety factor for anybody to be able to handle these boats.
Okay.
And when I say anybody, we are right now talking about the kids, because I have been in a 22-year struggle with the Bahamian government over the past 20-some years, 24 years now, to make this sport the national sport.
Okay.
So I had to show them, and I had to put on paper and present it to them as to why this should be our national sport. Okay, and I had to get them to accept this. And one of their requirements was, and the biggest stumbling block that there was to making this the national sport, is we have to be able to introduce this sport into the schools. We have to be able to introduce this from the primary level straight to the senior level as a part of their curriculum.
So 21 feet on the mast, 18 and a half feet on the mast,
18 and a half is the
16
max.
feet on the boom.
No, 12 feet.
12 feet on the boom.
12 feet maximum.
so
That
you said-
limits your sail area.
Okay, and that's, so now for the people that don't know, because I tell you this thing is the national sport, these people don't know nothing but no national sport. Why does the boom, or why is it so important to have a smaller boom?
Yeah. Well, what happens is, if you have the maximum length of an E-class is 12 feet. If you have a 16-foot boom extending out beyond your boat, all of that is sail area.
Right.
Okay? When the wind hits that sail area, you can no longer control what happens with that boat.
Okay.
Because the wind is now controlling you. Remember, these boats move by wind.
Right.
So the wind is carrying you now, and you can no longer control that boat. So to make that boat easier to control and to make that boat quite simple to maneuver, you limit the amount of sail area that you can carry. And by making it the maximum 12 feet, no matter what you want or what you do, only 12 feet can be extended out there. Okay? So if the mast is sitting 2 feet from the bow to where the mast sits, that means the maximum amount of boom you can have extended over that boat is 2 feet. That's it.
Sure.
2 feet. If you notice in international sailing, their boom don't go out beyond their transom. That's their stern, the stern of their boat.
Okay.
And that is one of the reasons, because of the maneuverability of those boats. Okay, you know those boats can spin on a dime. That's because their boom do not extend beyond their transom.
Okay.
So anytime you extend your boom beyond that, you are looking for trouble, because the wind is hitting that on the outside there, and when the wind hits that like this, the first thing it wants to do is turn.
Yeah.
And you can't stop it.
Right.
Because you got too much wind out here.
So now tell me, now you got the mast,
Yes.
you got the boom.
There's a vertical, yes, that's the horizontal.
Boom is the piece that is make the sail.
The horizontal.
All right.
Yeah.
And why do they call it the boom?
Because, well, there's several reasons behind that. But the initial thing that was passed down, okay, was the sound that you heard when you got hit in the head.
That's what they tell me.
When you were talking, anytime you talk.
They say boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You don't hear it, you feel boom.
Yeah, you
That's
will.
what they tell me.
Yeah, well, that was the initial thing behind it. Yeah, no, but see, there are a few things in this life that I am very passionate about, Devon. Sailing happens to be one of them.
Okay.
My country is the other. I'm very passionate about my country and the direction my country goes in. But with sailing, I devoted my entire life to sailing, and the reason for that was I was not born here in Nassau. I was born and I grew up in Acklands, Masons Bay, Acklands.
Okay.
My father was one of those individuals who, when the mail came from whatever part of the world it came from, he was responsible for delivering it to the different settlements in Acklands.
Okay.
Acklands is 92 miles long.
Oh, Jesus, well.
Yeah, 92 miles long. So there were no roads to go to these places.
Okay.
We had to sail.
Okay.
And I followed him from the age 3 years old. I could remember my mother crying on the shore right now.
Yeah.
You carrying her only son in that boat.
Yeah.
He only 3 years old. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
No, but I followed him wherever he went. I mean, if he had to go to Long Key, I went with Long Key with him. I was too small to even reach the tiller to steer the boat. So I used to sit in his lap, and I used to have to, from there,
Right.
so this thing runs deep for me. It runs deep for my family. not just in sailing, but in boat building and also in mentoring.
Okay.
My family were teachers. We from Savannah Sound, Eleuthery initially, the Gibsons. And Timothy Gibson and all of the other, these are my families, and we go deep in trying to mentor people.
So, not just sailing, I think you also do boat building.
Yes.
Do you do sail mending as well?
Yeah. Well, I've tinkered with the stitching part of the program, but no.
I know he's Ackland's man.
Yeah, no, but if I had to, Levan, I probably could do it.
Yeah.
But I do have several cousins who are very good sailmakers, and they're excellent. Stefano Kemp, he's a cousin of mine. He is brilliant. He learned from the King Eric camp.
Yeah.
And he taught him everything he knew about sail making.
So now let me tell you what I hear. I hear they say some fellas are throwing graveyard dating all this weekend and couldn't beat you.
Yeah, there were several things that came at us, several challenges that we had to overcome. Yeah, but no, the boat would perform well, even. Yeah. And more importantly, the crew that I had on board, we work together. Sure. We work as a unit, and everything gelled. Sure. When things come together, there are three elements that has to come together to make these boats go.
Sure. Tell us.
Okay, and the first element is the boat itself, the design, how the hull sits in water, how it moves through the water, the resistance and the trim and all of that. Okay, that's a little technical, but if you have that, you have to have a crew. You have to have a crew to manage that boat that knows all about that boat and knows how to make that boat and knows that when that boat is not performing, knows what to do to make it perform. Well, we had that this weekend. And the third thing that you must have, forget about everything else, is your sails. If your sails are setting right and you're able to get those sails trimmed properly, you will become a winner.
Fantastic. How much manpower does it take? Because I hear you talking about school children, school-age children, wanting the sailing to be implemented into the schools. And, you know, it's a fantastic thing to watch from the shoreline. I actually thought about this week. They should actually make like a floating buoy at the race. So you could have like little boats to carry you over and you could watch the race, not from the shore, but like, this is 2025. Like they could have a little floating piece of land. Yeah, and you could watch the race. You could call it VIP if you like.
Whatever,
right?
Yeah.
But how much manpower does it take to move, let's just say, the E-class as compared to the B-class?
Well, E-class, 2 people, maximum.
Really?
Yeah. 2 people. One person could actually sail an E-class. And this is why it was limited, is restricted in the amount of sail area it can carry. And that was the premise behind it. The ministry had good vision when they decided that, hey, wait a second now, we want to get other people involved, women, little children, the primary school children involved in this thing.
Right.
Okay? And there are several sailing programs throughout the country right now in the Family Islands where little children from high school, not even high school, junior high schools. There's some junior high schoolers in Exuma. They'll beat your pants right off you if you don't watch what you're doing. No matter how long you've been in this thing, they will beat you. But that was the reasoning behind that. E-class require only 2 people maximum. The C-class now is a different ball game because there's no restriction on what they can put up there and what they can stick out there. So 5 to 6 people you required to handle those boats, and if without that you're not going to handle them. They will just overpower you. Now with the B class, that's a whole horse of a different color. You need 9 people to deal with this. 9 people to deal with that boat. There are no winches. There's no hydraulics on these boats. Everything is manpower. Everything is manpower, from the hoisting of the sails to the trimming of the main sheets, trimming of the jibs, trimming of the jib halyard. This is manpower. So now where they have a lot of winches and hydraulic power, we keep it traditional here in the Bahamas. You put your hand on the rope. See, my hand right now is cut right up. So you got to deal with that. But these are powerful boats. These boats sail very powerful. Like I told you before, they have over 3,000 pounds of lead on the bottom in addition to the weight that we're carrying up top and down below. So they become very, very powerful. When you see them moving through the water, you're looking at power.
So this must be what they was talking about when they tell me, say, if you live long enough, you live long enough to see cork sink and lead float. Because if you got 3,000 pounds of lead, I mean, how you keeping the boat up, eh?
Yeah.
So, okay,
Exactly.
tell us this now. Now, I've always been an advocate for sunfish sailing. Because I did a little bit of sunfish sailing. You know, I was a younger, stronger man. Thank you very much to Oral Wood. He's an Luther boy, now Force Chief Petty Officer. He was a leading seaman at that time. And we did a little bit of sunfish sailing because, you know, the Defense Force wanted to dabble around with the concept. I don't even know whatever happened to it. I know we had a couple of the sunfish sails. But time, I guess, right? I thought it was fascinating, though. And I remember thinking as a 19-year-old boy then, like, well, why didn't I learn this in school? Right? Do you think sunfish is the way to go? I mean, rather than E-class, because I'm sure you know this. Sailors take sailing serious. Like,
Very passionate.
You don't get a chance to practice
Very
to a
passionate.
regatta.
No.
If you can't sail, you'll have to swim. They may throw you overboard.
They will.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just the pressure of having to learn that and be in that space, right? I'm talking about for the fellas who ain't like me. Like I like to go to the regatta for the bear and the girls. That's, and sorry, let me change the language. For the cultural
Experiences, yes.
Right? But there are some people that I talk about, when I talk about the fellas of the Long Island, when I talk about those boys of the Exima, I mean, they eat, sleep, live it, breathe it.
Yes.
You don't get to practice with them. And that kind of pressure could be a deterrent for people who are not advanced sailors.
Non-sailors, yes.
It's kind of like Junkanoo. I've never rushed for Junkanoo. It's because I don't even know how you sign up.
You don't know how to coordinate this thing.
I don't know what you do. I don't know if you go by the shack and say, and when they answer, you say, hello, could I have one Junkanoo, please? I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do on day one.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I imagine sailing is the same way. But I think sunfish sailing is a beautiful way or a wonderful direction to get into all the schools because it's cheap. We have inland lakes. They could sail them there. We also have the Montague foreshore. You know, you could also do some sailing there. And, of course, the sailing club does do some sailing. I don't want to say it like this, but the Ebony children don't get as much access to it.
Yes.
How do we involve 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds?
Okay. It's a brilliant question. Listen, from day one, when we were asked to set out a curriculum for the schools or that can be incorporated with the Ministry of Education, we laid all of this out to them. Mm-hmm. Now, let me answer your first question first, okay? Would it be more efficient to teach sailing with the sunfish rather than the E-class? And I would tell you without even a shadow, no.
Really?
No. The type of sailing that we do and the logistics involved in our sailing, you, as a sunfish sailor, you'll be like a beginner. The only thing you would have learned from the sunfish is the angles necessary to sail to the wind, okay? Now, a sunfish will teach you that. And sailing is all about mathematics, believe it or not. The angles are all about geometry and it's all about about algebra. No, because but see, the problem with us, Levan, we never teach our children how to apply these things. Okay, all right, I'll give you a quick example. All right, I learned algebra all my life. I did advanced algebra in university. And I never knew what the hell it was for.
Right.
When I built my own boats, all of a sudden,
the algebra started to come
I say, wait a minute now. I have the length of my boom. I have the length of my mast, but I don't know what that area is. That's the unknown. But this is where algebra came in. I had to find out. So I went and A plus B got equal to C.
Right.
Okay? And I was able to calculate what the length from the mast to the end of the boom is.
I wasn't do good at that. I failed the math.
Yeah, no, but this is where it's applied. Okay, and this is the things, when we go into schools, these are the things we are going to teach, how what you are learning in math applies to what everyday life.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, but see, this is why I'm saying to you, the sunfish would not apply because, first of all of the weight that we carry has to be internal in the boat. So you cannot calculate how much weight you need down in the bottom there unless you know how much you're carrying up there.
Correct.
Okay, and so you have to be able to calculate what's happening up there before you could determine what you have to carry in the bottom of your boat. The other thing is this: sunfish, you jump on it, and you're gone. With our boats, you not only have to get those sails right, and you not only have to trim those sails, you have to know what the hell you're carrying on the bottom there, or else you're going to turn over.
You flip over.
Exactly.
Right.
See, a sunfish, that flip over, you jump in, you
in,
pull it
swim
up,
back
and you...
over,
No.
But doesn't it help with the concept, you know, the...
Oh yeah, without
familiarization?
questions. As I
Right.
said, it will teach you the angles that you need to sail at.
Right. Teach you when to move your head.
Yes, yeah. These are minor things. That's the least of the issues.
Okay.
From the technical side of sailing.
Okay.
Okay. What we are trying to teach, or what we want to teach, is the technical side of this thing in the schools and how it applies in everyday life. Sailing is a discipline.
Okay.
And it disciplines a man for life. Because if you just follow simple sailing rules, trust me, you'll never have a problem in life.
You know what, I told the spiritual advisor at this weekend, I said, you know what the problem is with half of the people in the Bahamas? Y'all ain't never been out to sea.
Exactly.
If you go out to sea, that changes the way you see life.
Yes, because you start to respect some things.
And because you know every second counts, and you also know that every decision you make will roll into another decision that will ultimately determine your comfort or your safety.
Oh yeah, without question.
And so you can't go out to sea for 2 weeks and get your jacket. Because you know jacket store out there. And yes, it was hot the day you leave. But you and God don't wait the thermostat together. So what you need to do is make sure when God turn the thermostat down, you have your jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
And that one decision will determine whether or not you had a good 2 weeks out to sea.
Or you were miserable for the whole
2
time.
weeks out.
Yeah.
And so when you start measuring life that way, like someone that has been to sea, you begin to see how life on land, or how land dwellers, I like to call
The
it.
ability to plan, Ivan.
Yeah.
The ability to plan and the ability to see ahead of things.
Right.
You may go out to sea in August and September, but you know you're going to be out there for 3 months. December is going to roll around at some point.
That could be an entirely different
That's
set
a
of sea.
different program. So you have to be able to plan. You have to be able to forecast your life, and you have to be able to be disciplined. Okay, and this is what sailing teach you.
Okay.
Sailing teach you patience, discipline, and planning. Like it or not, you have to have those things,
Sure.
or you will always be on the bottom of the pack. I'm sorry, if you are not disciplined, you are not planning, you will always be on the bottom of the pack.
Now, I know we talked about you breaking the mast last year, right? Which I imagine was a tragedy, and how that kind of turned out to not be the kind of the performance you wanted to have. What do you do to prevent that kind of thing?
Well, actually, see, the problem is we stick with a traditional style of building, which means everything has to be made of wood.
Okay.
I mean, if we were able to use carbon fiber, trust me, I would never have a problem with a broken mast. But everything is wood, and the elements, the weather, the rain, the sun, when the sun hit wood, it opens up. The grains of the wood opens up. When the rain comes, the grains takes the water in.
Right.
And it does not release it because the natural photosynthesis takes place.
Yeah.
Okay, again, as I told you, this sailing disciplines you for everything. But the problem is the ability to protect wood. And that is what the real issue is with our boats, the ability to protect it from the elements. And once the elements get involved, you're going to have these kind of things. Every boat, bar none, has broken a mast.
Comfortability in the water. I know that that's a huge issue. Bahamians like to go at the beach. We don't go to the beach.
No.
We like to go near the beach. We don't go in the beach.
Yes.
And so a lot of people just aren't comfortable in water. How big of a deterrent do you imagine that is?
It's a huge
as we
deterrent.
build out nationally.
It's a huge deterrent. And again, we have to start to introduce this much earlier in our school programs. The familiarity with water, period. There's a phobia that Bahamians have.
Yeah, especially
period.
Bahamian women.
Yeah. They don't want to get their hair dead and all of that. Listen, you have to be comfortable. You have to become comfortable with the waters that surround us.
Yeah.
You could never, ever enjoy life. I don't care what you say, what you do, how much money you got, forget about all that. People will spend their billions to be able to do what we did this weekend.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is this, that phobia has to be broken from an early age. Primary school, pre-primary school. Jesus, I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, she's a fish. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta lose the fear for water.
Yeah, you have got to.
Yeah.
You have got to lose the fear for fish. I mean, for
Water.
water.
And I'll tell you this, I leave you with this as we go to the break, because Charles Sanders always said, if you are failing at math, it is because you are simply practicing math. You have to get to the point where you live math.
Yes.
Because every single step you take is a measurement in equilibrium.
Yes.
There is nothing that exists outside of mathematics.
Exactly.
I want to tell you that even after that spiel, I still failed the BGCSE 3 times, but it was a wonderful speech. And I thank God for people like Reverend Charles W. Sanders. I've got Skipper, Delworth Gibson, and he got no trophy. That's why I talking to him. So we're talking to him on the next side of the break. Don't go nowhere. And if you got with some children, if you got a little bad boy, because I
Got to get them involved.
see if we can get him involved.
Get them
We'll
involved.
be here on the next side of the break when we return. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. I got all of my winning paraphernalia on, because winners win and anybody can sign up, but anything that's not winning is probably not a winner. I don't even talk to people that ain't win, because I know what to say to them, because I just like talking to winners. And that's why I'm here talking to Mr. Gibson, who is the skipper of the Barbarian, and we got on fancy Barbarian. Yeah, I'm messing around. I call it. No one called it before me. I told them my horse in the race was the Barbarian. They tell me, oh, we don't know. Philip McAfee tell me he ain't think the Barbarian will win. I say certainly flesh and blood must have revealed that to you, because that wasn't God that talked to you just now. I told him, I had no doubt in my mind. Anyway, let me get to this read. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back to school. They have Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. Come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. All right, so go and check them out. But if you're looking for some sailing, you make sure, if you got one son, because I won't tell you this, Skipper. Yeah. Whenever I become Prime Minister, right? Yeah. The two things I do right out the gate. I'm buying myself a helicopter.
Okay.
Because they fly me in one little plane. I can get the picture of the plane for you all, you know. They fly me in one little plane. Ministry of Tourism, y'all don't do that to me no more. I could count the quarters in the pilot pocket. I shouldn't be sitting this close to no pilot. All right?
Okay.
And I don't ever want them to do that to me again.
Yeah.
All right? 9 seat or better. And so, after I had that brush of death almost, I thought to myself, right? How the Prime Minister does do this?
Yeah, no, he don't.
But the Prime Minister went to Exuma, Auckland,
yeah.
San Salvador,
yeah.
and Cat Island.
You get around.
In the same one weekend.
Yeah, but not in that plane.
Man, you're pleased by this man on helicopter.
Yeah, but not in that plane, yeah.
When I become Prime Minister, I'm buying myself a helicopter. So if you're voting against me for helicopter, too bad. What I ain't gonna have is sciatic nerve damage trying to climb in an obese little plane. The second thing I doing is I can make abortion legal to 21. So if you have one son there and he look like he getting off the grid a little bit, and you notice that it ain't look like there's no rehabilitation for this boy, all you will need to do is get 2 of your law-abiding, tax-paying citizen friends to agree with you. And you all can petition the government, and we can get rid of this boy, and that will not be murder.
It'll probably be something else.
It would be abortion. And you all can just abort him, and we can start over, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I definitely ain't coming back for 2 times. But right out the gate.
Yeah.
But until we get to my prime ministership and we can put those policies in place, I say, don't abort your son, because that's still murder according to the penal code now. See if you can find a decent skipper, a decent sailing crew, a decent set of boat builders or people that just understand the sport because it is the national sport now. And there are people like Delworth Gibson that is out there, that has the knowledge, that is interested in transplanting the knowledge,
yes,
and is open to training, right?
Yes,
I mean, don't get me wrong, sailors ain't easy fellas. So if Pookie have a little temper problem, he probably can get thrown overboard a couple of times.
Yeah,
but
that will be solved.
Kill him.
It will be resolved.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna kill him. And someone that actually had to give him one of the smoothing ofteners. But that ain't gonna kill him. All I'm saying is, get young men involved in this, because it doesn't only teach the art of hard work, it teaches the science of discipline. I always say, discipline is a science. Yes. And that is how I feel about it. But sports and the national, sailing and the national sport accreditation now, why do we take that road? What exactly does that mean to Bahamians? What should it mean to Bahamians? And as someone that has sailed for 50 years, do you feel like in the last 3 years, since the change, you've noticed anything worth noticing?
Bahamians are starting to get it, Levan. I see the fight and the struggle, the 22-year struggle we had trying to make this the national sport. Bahamians did not get it. Okay, let me give you a little bit of history. See, going back, the reason my brother and I got involved into this thing called sailing was because of the stigma that was attached to sailors and sailing, and regardless on the whole.
Sure.
It was not a sport that the average young person could approach a seasoned sailor and ask a question and say, well, hey, well, how this work out? We were unapproachable. We had to change the dynamics of this thing. We had to soften it. So the first thing we did as a crew was introduce uniforms. Everybody had to be in uniform at all times to every event. And the reason for that is we want people to come up to us and ask questions. And don't feel intimidated about asking questions. So that was one of the softening points. The other softening point we insisted on, and I still insist on today with my crew, okay, none of this harsh talk, none of this cursing thing, none of this. We are trying to sell a product. Sailing is a product. We are trying to sell it. This is how we have to conduct ourselves. If you are not prepared to conduct yourself in this manner,
you sail somewhere else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that I have stuck with that to this day. I have not wavered from that, and we try to make ourselves approachable. Okay, we have fun, you know. We have a ball. Nobody have more fun than my crew, but we make ourselves approachable, and we will accommodate you if you come to us and say, well, look, I ain't know nothing about this sailing thing, man. We'll sit you down and we'll tell you what it's all about, okay? And we have introduced this throughout the entire length of the Bahamas. We sail in 14 regattas a year. Every island we go to, we sit down with people, we talk to them. We have a lot of tourists come up to us. Just because of our paraphernalia, they come up to us and say, hey, look, where can we get this? I say, okay, follow me to the truck. You understand? And this is what it's all about for me. I don't do this to try and make money. I don't do this to try and, I do this to promote our sport.
To brand the sport.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you this, putting all the boys in uniform stopped them from looking like Jack Sparrow and the crew.
I felt that. That was the whole idea. That was the whole idea. But you see, right now I have uniforms in New Zealand. I have a whole crew in New Zealand. I have in Canada, all over the world, Germany. As a matter of fact, when we won this, we got the hour after we won this trophy, a friend of mine from Illinois called, and he and his wife, and he said, "Hey, way to go get him!" Because apparently there was somebody streaming it somewhere, and he watched it. Okay, and he called me up and he said, I'm going to put on my stuff right now, and I walk in my front yard. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got to hang out with winners. Then you make sure you put on your paraphernalia.
Yeah, and he has them. He has them all. I mean, you know. So, but that is what it was all about. We were trying to get people to approach us. We wanted to soften the sport. It was known as a rowdy man sport. It was known as an old man sport. And the language was a completely different language from what Bahamians know. Because when you listen to two sailors talk, you swear they speak in French. You can't understand a word they're saying. No word makes sense to you. Well, we have softened all of that. We made it palatable. It's very easy now. It's very easy for women to get involved. And there are several women. There are boat owners now that are women. Believe it or not, several. Sandy Trico is one that that comes to mind. My good friend from Abaco, Crybaby, she is also now a boat owner. We have women who now
boat named Crybaby or Sandy named Crybaby?
No, the boat named Crybaby. No. Sandy Boat's name is Island Boy and Sweet Island. No, Crybaby, she's a really good friend of mine. I respect her, and we always would try to help her wherever we could. But yeah, that was the whole idea behind it, and we have stuck with our program.
If sailors are so passionate, Skipper, tell me this: why are sailors not creating other sailors just naturally? Because I'm telling you, like, I've seen Long Island boys come to regatta. They can't tell you where the party was. They can't tell you who been to the party. They ain't know nothing about anything that happened on this island. All they know was they sailed the A class, the B class, and the D class. And their race was at 4 and they raced for 2 hours. And that's all they know. Some of them, they tell me, say, when the Long Island boys come to regatta, they come to regatta for 1 whole week, and the only thing they bring is one of them little Kipling backpack. Because he ain't need no shoes. He ain't need no shade. He come in with a pair of wet, dry fit pants.
It's about commitment, Levi. These guys are totally committed to what they do. And if you are totally committed into something, trust me, you consume with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all they do.
How come they're not how come they're not naturally, like, just creating new sailors with that passion?
Well, there's several things behind it. I don't think there's any one reasoning you can give as to why that's not happening. I think the biggest thing is the rivalry part of it. I'm not so sure exactly what it is that would stop them from creating sailors, but I know our crew, within our crew itself, right now, from the crew that we used to sail with, okay, people like Stefano Kemp, people like Alban Gibson, people like Richard Ross, these people came up under our regime, and all of these people now own their own boats. Okay, so I can say that from under our regime, there are 7 boats out there, 7 boat owners who came up under our regime, along with King Eric and my father, John Gibson, under our regime, who now own their own boats. Okay? Brian Johnson and these people now own their own boats and they have their own crew. They are carrying crew of 9 people. So, I mean, we have done our part in trying to create, or in creating, the next generation.
You say you
of
build
sailors.
boats. What does a decent B class cost a bit? A winning one.
You see, Levan, you're trying to get me in trouble.
What a winning class.
You see, you're trying to get me in trouble
How much
because
money you
my
think
wife
you
is
spend?
now going to
How much
know.
money you tell your wife?
Is going to know what I spend.
Just give me the number you give your wife. You gotta give me the whole number. Whatever you tell your wife, I can accept.
If you want to, if you want to be serious about building a competitive boat, you're looking at about $78,000.
Jesus.
To get it from start to the point where you
That's from molding the paint
to where you can sail.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to build an A-class boat, which are the bigger boys, you're looking at about $102,000.
Bless the Lord.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be able to participate.
Yeah.
In this
See, here's what the issue is, Levan. I had to, I broke a mast and I had to build a mast. So I went down to Tops. I went to all of the lumber yards in the country. Okay. And you know what the least I could get? One 14-foot length of the wood that I used to build a mast out of. You know what was the least I could have gotten it for? $480.
Wow.
One piece. I require 17 pieces of those.
My goodness.
So here's what the issue comes in. It is very expensive, and this is where our government and forward thinkers can help us. A gallon of glue, of epoxy glue, that you spend $26 for in the United States, the minimum you can get it here for in our country right now, as I sit here, is $185.
Blessed Lord, man.
185. And how much gallons did I use to put that mass together? 5 gallons. So you do the math.
I can't be no sailor.
Yeah, yes, you can. It takes a little sacrifice.
I gotta just keep shaking pom-pom on the beach.
It takes a little
Go, Cap, go.
That's
the best I can do.
It takes a little sacrifice.
My goodness.
But I am so blessed, Levan. I have a supportive wife. I built a mast between July 14th and the 30th.
This is the one you beat them with?
Yes. This
You
is
see
what
that? You all can't even beat Cap building mast, man. What y'all can do?
This is the one I beat them with.
Wow.
And it took me 14 hours a day for 14 days.
My goodness.
Now, only with the support of a woman like the wife I have, you can do that kind of thing. See, because she come and bring my food under the tree, and then she go back and she do what she do, and she come and say, okay, that's enough of that, let's go to bed. You see, without that home support, you really have a lot of problems. I'm telling you, you can't be in the sport without, and you can't be committed to the sport without that.
Good support.
You need that.
Let's get these birthday shout-outs out of the way, and then we can talk a little bit more. If you're just joining me, I'm on set today. I'm not in Cat Island, man, and instantly I feel sad already. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We gotta figure out a way to just let me bring the show from Cat Island. I feel like that's the will of God. As I sat out on that beach, I just heard the wind talk to me, and the wind said,
You sure it was the wind?
every time the beach rolled up on the sand, I hear Cat Island. I say, God, it's not you telling me something. And so I gotta talk to management. Management, I like working here. But you know what I would really love? If you all figure out a way to get me to go back to Cat Island with them people. And the food was very, very, very good. And I have to do this. Ezra will got one daughter now.
Yeah.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Great God from a Calvary Mountain. I had a situation with my throat. The woman tell me, say, don't worry about it, I can fix your throat. I said, now miss, explain this to me. Explain this to me.
Yeah, make it make sense to me.
If you give me any concoction, I ain't scared to knock on people's window. So watch what you put in this cup for me.
Yeah.
So she gave me one concoct. I couldn't talk. And I said, well, God, I come down here to do the show. I ain't got no voice. 2 minutes later, I mean, my voice was here. So Felicia, I don't care what they say about you, baby. The rest of them girls in Cat Island, they can't shake stick in the same room as you. She could heal your voice box if something go wrong with it.
Oh, yeah.
She's a wonderful soul. I'm so happy I met her when I was down there in Cat Island as well this week. Let's get to the birthday shout-outs. So let's go to Liana. We got the birthdays ready? We have Liana? Good. This is a birthday shout-out to Liana. Good morning. I would love for you to please send a special belated birthday shout-out to Miss Liana Smith, coming in from her son Kirkwood, her 4 beautiful sisters, also her gorgeous granddaughter, a very handsome grandson, all of her nieces and nephews, all of her cousins, and all of the ushers at the Mount Tabor Church. We love you dearly, and may God continue to rain down his favor upon you. And may you live to see many more birthdays. We love you. Love everyone. Hugs and kisses. If I had to wage a bet on that, I feel like the granddaughter and the grandson write that. But then there is Aaliyah. Good morning to my beautiful daughter. I would love to thank you guys for the birthday shout out. Okay, on Friday, yes. Yes, we did send a shout out to Aaliyah on Friday. Then there's Shami. This one says, I would like our queen, the best mother, grandmother, sister, auntie in the world, Shami, Miss Grace Grant in Bur Island, a happy 65th birthday from her 4 sons, 3 grandchildren, sister, brother, nephews, niece, family and friends, especially your sister, where am I? Especially your sister, Mama Della. Also, Sheeta, Kayla, Lucy, Parry, and the rest of the crew. And then we have Ivy May. Good afternoon. Can you send birthday wishes to Ivy Mae Ferguson in beautiful Mastic Point, North Andros. She's 96 years young. All right, well, Ivy Mae, there you have it, 96. You're a good gal. And then, of course, this is from her children. This is from her grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Where am I? This is from her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, in-laws, and the community of Mastic Point. We love her to the moon and to the stars and then back. And of course, we have a condolences here. Condolences goes out to our CEO, Gershon Major, on the passing. Where is this? On this August 2nd, on the passing of his mother, August 2nd. May the comfort of the Lord be with you and your entire family in this time. So there you have it. Those are the birthday shout-outs. Let me make sure that I got the Aaliyah thing right. Aaliyah Seraphim. Yes. And she wants the spiritual advisor to know that she was pleased with her shout-out. So spiritual advisor, there you have it. She was pleased with her shout-out. All right, I'm in studio. I'm not back in studio. I didn't leave. I didn't go anywhere. I've been here with winners the whole time. Y'all try throw graveyard date that didn't work. I tell you, nothing work. Last year, he masked. This year, y'all wish he did break mask this year. But he came down to Cat Island, and he gone with what the Cat Islanders would call the whole hog. And here it is. You see this? This is how you know when you're a winner. When the trophy big like this, that means you're a winner. All right? So if you don't have no trophy big like this, start over. See you again next year. No one cares who gets the second place trophy. You know that, right? Like, we just don't check for that. We just let you take a picture next to the winner. If you're in second place or third place, all you is the guy that got a chance to take a picture the closest to the winner. That's all you are. And so that's why he's here with me today, because I told them first. And I didn't hide my hand. I said, I'm pulling for the Bavarian.
You expose it, Preet?
I tell it to them.
Oh, okay.
You know, I actually wish I could do this with the 5-ball.
Yeah. We wouldn't be doing this.
If I could do this with the 5-ball.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing this.
My goodness. Anyway, so, Skipper, tell us this, right?
Yeah.
You see where we finally got to 22 years later with sailing and it being a national sport, right? I want to take you into some deep water now. How much longer do you think we must go before we see the kind of advances that you imagine it'll take? And this is a little even Mila idea now, right?
Yeah.
You see the Jungle boys them ready to beat up one another.
Yeah.
I say, don't worry about making it the Jungle Authority. I say, let's just make it the National Cultural Authority of the Bahamas, and you put sailing in it.
Everything under
You
it.
put Junkanoo in it. Because as far as I know, right, Junkanoo sound like two rival neighborhoods, the Valley Boys and the Saxons.
Yeah.
And then those rival groups had breakup groups.
Breaker, yeah. But they still Valley Boys and Saxons that are hot.
But this obviously just two fellas with a rivalry that does never die, right?
No.
And so now we have to nationalize it. And I'm not anti-nationalizing.
Yeah.
Now that we nationalize sailing, we nationalize Junkanoo, and then we put a structure or a body to overview it.
Yeah.
How do you see that working in the future for sailing?
Okay, Levon, see, you've touched some nerves there. There are a couple of things involved here. Remember at the top of your show, I told you that I was passionate about a couple of things, and my country is one of them. The reason I pursued making sailing the national sport so vigorously is because we have got to break these chains of colonialism. Okay, cricket was the national sport. That is something that was put on Bahamians. Bahamians had no say in whether or not cricket was our national sport.
Sure.
So that became a sore thing in my throat from the day I can remember. Okay, so that's why I pursued it so passionately. Now, you've just hit some nerves with your question about our country. Levon, we cannot and we will not be able to break these shackles that has been put around us by our colonizers if we do not become a republic. You see, the young child out there on the streets, the young baby out there in the streets, they have no way of achieving the top post in our country. Why? Because when our officials swear allegiance, they don't swear allegiance to our country, you know. They swear allegiance to a sovereign and her heirs. So for life, no matter how many heirs or how many generations go by, our little children, my little grandbaby, can never achieve the highest office in our country because we do not swear allegiance to the Bahamas. And these are the things that I am passionate about. This country has to become a republic. I don't care how you fix it, how you put it. If we do not become a republic, we can never truly chart our own destination. And we have to be able to do that. If you are not prepared to take the whole thing by the neck and wring it, trust me, don't touch it at all. We should have still been under British rule if you are not prepared to step away. Having independence is not enough. It is not the end. That was the beginning of a process. We have to now complete this process.
Continue to march towards the
yes, this process has now got to continue, and we do not have people with the reverence to pick it up. They have to pick up this mantle. You have to be prepared. Be a mere motley. Let them know, hey, okay, that was the first step, independence. Now we need to be able to choose our own president. And so my grandson or my granddaughter can aspire to the highest office in our land. As it stands right now, she cannot, he cannot. Okay, he has to fall under the heirs and all that comes behind them of a sovereign we know nothing about. This is garbage. We are Bahamians. Nobody should be charting our course.
Well, that's the jingle. Skipper, thank you so much for joining me here on Freedom March today.
Always a pleasure.
I just hang out with winners because winners is win, and anybody concerned about anything that's not winning is a loser. And that's why I went to Bavarian today. I tell you, if you're a man of faith, pray to God that he'll send you to heaven. But if he can't send you to heaven, make sure he at least let you go to the Rollers Beach Resort, my friend, because that's the step right before it. Don't move, though. Leave it on here on Freedom March, and we'll be back right after this break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Leland Miller. Let me see if I can move this over here. This is so much binning, just all this binning going on. I don't know how to figure this out while we've been. We were just joined in the studio by Captain Delworth Gibson, who is the skipper of the Barbarian. He was down there at the Kid Island Regatta that we attended last week. And the whole hog, that's what he come back with. What does this trophy say? It says B class, first place overall. That's what it's heavy like a winning trophy. And so we was very excited to have him come because we wanted to talk about the fact that sailing is in fact the national sport of the Bahamas. That it is something that the government has invested in trying to get more young people involved in. I wanted to know from a man that has put 50 years into it, what are some of the challenges? Why would it not work if indeed we wanted to try and make it work? And exactly what does he hope to see from sailing in the years to come? Back on set with me is the spiritual advisor Bradley Rowell. Bradley, welcome back.
Thank you so much. But you try to get yourself to figure out if sailing is generational or if you can actually get the average young person involved in it. Mm-hmm. Is it an exciting sport? Is it a sport that drives young people to it? And then, for our young people today, and I guess that's one of the reasons why we have so many different challenges with out island development. Mm-hmm. For the young person, they want to know if there's an economic benefit to this sport.
But nationalizing things make it economically beneficial.
Okay, but we will hope so, and maybe that could drive more young people toward the sport. Because when I go to regatta, I only go to the ones that are held on Montague by the Exuma boys, and I recognize that it is somewhat of a generational thing. Father, son, cousin, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But you don't see any newer young generation being attracted to the sport, so you ask yourself what's going on. Mm-hmm. We need to see if there's a way you can attract the younger people to get this sport to like maybe basketball or softball or football. Or
Maybe the people on the phone line can help us. Want to go to them?
Yeah, let's do that. 323.
Yeah, we haven't spoken to them on the phone for a week.
Wow, yeah.
For a week.
Yeah,
so now that we haven't spoken to you all for a week, tomorrow we can actually do an open line show so y'all could tell us what y'all want to talk about. How you feel about that?
That sounds good.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
323-7775, 698-0775. Let's open up the phone lines. Yeah, but in the meantime, though, I do think that it is a good step to actually name it the national sport because education goes a long way with practice. You know what I mean? And so for as long as you've been calling cricket the national sport, there was no need for anybody to look at sailing. But sailing is a wonderful, fun time. It's a wonderful way to travel to the Bahamas, I'll tell you that, right? Because sailors go everywhere. If you've sailed for 10 years, you've probably seen every island in the Bahamas, which is a guaranteed way to do it. Now, albeit not the funnest way, right? Not the most comfortable way sometimes, because of course you have to get on those freight boats, and you have to. It's tedious and it's just not comfortable all the time. But sailors sail, and so it all is a part of the life of a sailor, yeah. And who knows? Maybe if we incentivize it well enough, more people will decide to take on that burden, to take on that trek, and find a life in sailing. Yeah.
And this is an international sport because I think Sir David knows one.
I understand that the boats are different.
Oh.
Yeah, the boat
Okay.
that it's sailing, but the boats are different.
Okay. You have someone in the line?
Let's go to the phone line. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hi.
The spiritual advisor.
No, this is Leland Miller.
Hi, Mr. Miller. How are you?
I doing good, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing, spiritual advisor?
I'm fine. How you doing,
Okay,
man?
you all had a lot of fun in Cali last weekend.
Man, listen, he was happier
lot
than a
of
baby.
work.
He was happier than a baby Billy Goat.
Man, you all was having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of excitement as far
Yes.
as for my first time just trying to get to see and understand the island and the natives there. So it was an adventure,
Yes. Anyhow, let me tell you all what I really call you all for.
Okay.
Mr. Miller, you remember a couple of weeks ago I speak to you concerning there's a group of quasi entities we're supposed to get. They didn't excluding us on the list
Yes.
when government's supposed to be giving out this money on September the 28th.
Okay.
So right now, that's about close to 7,000 people who is not going to be allowed to get this money.
Okay.
But the union people are saying we are waiting on the Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, light bill going up, sky high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, water bill going up. People trying to get their children ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope and I pray that the Prime Minister can hear me. He knows who I am. You know, I campaign with Barker, so I'm a Stoward councillor.
Okay.
So I'm asking the Prime Minister if he could kindly please look into this, please, because this is going to affect over 6,000 to 7,000 people who will not be getting these monies, which all of us get paid from the Treasury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I want the Prime Minister, if he could hear me, please listen to the cry of your people. If you give one, you have to give all. You said all is civil servants. Mr. Prime Minister, if you can hear Sonia Roberts, please don't leave the quasi people out, please, because we have bills to pay also. And you have a good day. You know I love you. And you know I could feel, touch, I could see everything that you are doing for the country. And have a good evening.
Ms. Roberts, before
Yes,
you
sir?
leave, let me ask you a question. Are
Yes,
you
sir?
sure the electricity bills went up, or is it the consumption that has gone up?
No, the light bill went up. My light bill went up to $900.
Now, is that because you're burning more air conditioning?
Most likely, yes, I am.
Okay, so
I'll be very honest. I am.
so
burning
okay,
out.
so you think
I
that
have 2 bedrooms with air conditioning on.
that's the little small ductless ones?
No, I don't have. Yes, I have a 16. I have a 16 unit.
Okay.
But it went up. On my work code is $1,500.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just wondering. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
You
Thank
take
you.
care. Okay. Bye bye.
All right, caller.
Bye.
323-7775-698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Don't listen to the radio. Listen to us on air. Hello,
Hello?
caller. Hey.
Yes, Mr. Miller and Spirit Advisor.
Mm-hmm.
How you all doing?
Doing well. Thank you so much,
The
sir.
people bring
Okay.
your baby back yet?
No, don't cut me off.
No, I asking you a question. The people
No,
Jesus Christ.
it's a serious problem. The lady, the woman has kept my child up there, and now he's going blind again.
Oh, Lord.
And it is a serious problem. This woman is more or less a thief. She wants to steal white children.
Well, bless the
That's
Lord.
what she wants to do.
Well, wow.
And her name is
Don't call her
Margaret.
name. Don't call her name. Don't call her name. Don't call her name.
Don't call her name.
Don't call her name. No.
No.
No, you sound like you at this point might need an attorney though. I don't know. Ain't
Yeah.
no attorneys up in Eleuthera?
A loser. My boy is in Rocktown. She is holding him in Rocktown.
What the,
I'm in
we-
Spanish Route.
We can't get the Roxanne police station on the phone. Producer, we can do
Hey, Mr. Miller,
Yeah.
Mr. Miller.
that? Uh-huh.
Let me say, since you bought the police station, let me say something.
Uh-huh.
I tried the Central Police Station 50 times yesterday.
Yeah.
I tried the Grove Station 50 times.
What they
I
supposed to do
tried
in Eleuthera?
headquarters 50 times.
And no
I
one
tried
answered?
919 50 times. I tried 911 50 times.
And no one
I
answered?
tried Roxanne Police Station last night up until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
No answer from none. What kind of police force are we running?
I have to test that out.
When they're flying that flag, do they know what is on that flag? That flag says Royal Bahamas Police Force.
So you must be getting a call the
Royal
Kleenex.
Bahamas Defense Force. That we are controlled by England.
Yeah, so you must be getting a
If you
call the
can't
thing.
get a police officer nowhere in the Bahamas, what is happening with the crime? Huh?
Carla, let me ask you a question. You're saying that your son has been kidnapped.
Yes, he has been kidnapped and is in Rocktown.
So you have.
This is going on 11 weeks.
So report him missing, and they can put him on the Marcos
yeah,
alert.
You need to get into the police station.
Yeah, I've been trying to get how to get on Marco alert.
Oh boy.
Where's
But I can't get on Marco alert. How to get on it?
Carla, where's the mother?
The
Dead.
mother died with
Oh,
terminal cancer.
Oh wow.
Dead.
So you're the legal guardian.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And you say you called police control room and you ain't get through?
I called.
Producer, we can call police control room. Why not just call them live on air? Can we do that?
Pardon me?
I mean the producer. I trying to see if my producer could just let me call 919 while we on air.
So we could. No, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me.
Where are you in Eleuthera?
I'm in Spanish Wells.
Yes.
That's a boat ride. You need a boat ride.
To
to
get to
get
the key. Okay, in Spanish Wells.
Yeah.
Wow. How old is the
You think
child?
Miles Loretta, you could help this man? Someone could help this man.
My child is 30 years old,
Oh, Jesus.
but he has a terminal muscle disorder and disease. This is what is
But that's why you can't get on
affecting his
Marcos.
eyes again. And
okay,
his heart.
the dynamics changed now. Oh, so the young man is 30 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's an adult. He's on his
But
own.
but all the law enforcement I've talked to, and a lawyer says with this order, which could shut his whole body down if he is not taking his medication. He's supposed to be definitely with his father if his mother is passed away.
So he's not mentally challenged, eh?
He has a disability.
He's mentally challenged to a certain extent, but this disease, what he has, is a real concern. It could cause him to go blind. It could shut his whole body down
Oh boy.
if it's not monitored properly.
All
Let
right.
me try to see if I could speak to Minister Miles Loretta. And who knows, maybe Miles will see if he could do a little something for man. And I don't know. Call me back Friday, all right?
Okay. Thank you, caller. Well, somebody needs to pay attention to him. He's been on this thing for a while now. Anyhow.
Yeah,
hopefully-
but so back to the light building, right? I don't know. I don't know how they monitor the success of this. I don't know. Maybe. So here's how I feel about things like this, right? I think maybe people just don't want the minister to doing it to do with it. You think so? Like, okay, so do you believe that there are some people that enjoy a special affinity in politics?
I think so.
Right. And so maybe if you
so.
gave this project to another minister, maybe people might feel differently about it. You understand what I'm saying to you?
But
It's like when we gave social services to Miles Loretta versus Lisa Ramen, right? Not that Miles was any more senior than her or any of that stuff. I just think he had a more likable, affable name that people, gravitated towards for whatever the reason. You follow what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
And maybe Joe Bet has just plateaued.
You know, the thing is, I think what
I don't know if
consumers...
you understand me,
Yeah,
please.
I think what consumers need to do, I know there's been a lot of complaints about the electricity bills, so to look at it holistically, I think what you need to do is look at their consumption from the time their light bills start to go.
I think there is a gross misunderstanding
Right.
with how people are calculating their light bill. So
It explains, when you
gonna-
look at the bill, it explains
tell you
you
what happened.
less, more.
I figured out a while back what happened, and I don't understand why does the minister's communication team simply not say it like this. So remember the BLP said if you do less than 200 kilowatts, it's free.
Yeah.
Right, but the new kilowatt percentage, I'm not sure that is as cheap as it used to be prior to the prorating of the 0 to 200.
Right.
So let's just say light would cost 10 cents, because I like round numbers, they're easy to add, right? But you pay for every kilowatt, right? Now the government say, yeah, from 0 to 200,
Right.
you pay no cents.
And then from 200...
But you pay 20 cents for every kilowatt past that 200. So your first 200 kilowatts of light was free. So in the days when you won't have to turn on your AC and turn on your hot water, because when you turn your AC on, you don't want to be cold forever. You want to bathe in hot water now. So now you have your AC and your heat on, right? And because the amount of kilowatts you're using beyond 200 has exceeded, and it's at a higher rate because they had to subsidize the 0 to 200. You follow me?
It's a possibility they could have done
That could be the. But I'm saying to you, like, if you have a whole communications team, why is your communications team not coming out here and communicating this better? And I'm saying it might be time, just not for any, I'm not saying she's done any malfeasance, any misfeasance. I'm saying sometimes new eyes need to look at the problem.
But the first stop for consumers is you need to sit down with a BEC representative and ask them to go through the bill with you and explain to you why you have these high bills during the summer. Because the reality is, it is extremely hot. Most people want to sleep at nights, and I can tell you at nights, people do burn the air conditioning units. So, I don't know, I'm trying to make an excuse. I mean, I understand they are kind of high for true, really high.
Let's take a phone call.
It is what it is.
323-777-56980-775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Doing well,
Fantastic.
thank you.
You all had a lot of fun to Cat Island now.
Spiritual advisor had all the fun.
This
You
Jana?
and spiritual advisor, because I watch your.
This Jana?
No, listen, Gino.
Okay. How are you?
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
the captain donate you the trophy.
I'm a winner. He knows I'm a winner. He left the trophy with a winner. You see, I'm a part of the Barbarian crew now. I'm 1/8 Barbarian. You know. I got
So
the
he gave you the
paraphernalia.
trophy.
Yeah.
What?
You don't want me to have it?
I thought he forget it.
No, man. No, the trophy with me.
Oh, okay.
That, when you're so used to winning trophy, you could just walk off and don't worry about the trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if something happened to you, he said he'll go win some more next week. That's how good he is.
Oh. Anyhow, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The one you pulled for win.
If only I could pull this off with the 5 ball.
Why for the back you should be shamed now.
Well, you know, they suck sour lime. So that's what you do. You just when you lose, you just go suck sour lime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, caller.
All right, caller.
Okay then.
All right,
323-777-56980-775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Levan,
Hey, buddy.
spiritual advisor, welcome back.
Thank you so much,
Allow
sir.
me to just button on 3 things quickly.
Sure.
1, the gentleman in Spanish Wells. I'm trying to figure if he reported his son missing to the police station in Spanish Wells. And if his son is 30, how old is this woman who he claims adopted his son? Is she around 35, 40? Because that could be something different.
I don't know, but it sounds
You
like
understand what I'm saying?
it
He
seems
might be kidnapped. That might be something different going on with the kidnapper is.
You think he's providing a service?
Kidnapping by volunteerism. Eh?
But number 2, the lady who called about the 6,000, 7,000 people that won't be collecting this money in September. Most of them are quasi-government people. The government people are people like school teachers, police, defense force, immigration, custom, prison. They're police. They are government workers. If you're a quasi like a PAIC or a thing like that, you can't get that money.
Yeah. I think the Prime Minister say he still could do a little something for them. You know, that's actually my difficulty.
Because the quasi people make way more money than government workers.
Yeah, and they get to negotiate the pensions and stuff like that. But one of the difficulties I have with the Prime Minister sometimes, although...
I get one more point now. Go ahead.
Sure. Sometimes he just tell people no. Just say an easy no one time.
But them quasi people, they ain't get that money. And then the third and final one was with the young man, and man, you trust my strength. I'll remember that one for tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
All right.
But the sailing was good. The sailing was good.
All right. Thank you. And
so
tell
much.
them the barbarian don't mess around.
The barbarian from Auckland, you know.
I can tell you that.
Okay.
I can tell you
He's
that.
Auckland's voice.
I can tell you that.
And we don't take laugh.
I could, boy, God tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. Thank you so much, caller.
323-7775, 698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I'm calling from Freeport. I'm
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
to verify something that a gentleman said earlier about the police station and the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I had a problem last week in Grand Bahama. Went to the police station 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, the phone, you can't get through on the phone.
Yeah.
And on 2-3 different occasions, the officers told me that they're going to send someone to the house, to my house.
Uh-huh.
They hasn't arrived as yet.
Wow.
I can't get through to the police station, and I can't get no results. It's like I don't have anyone to talk to.
Wow.
So when I take the law into my own hand, it's
No,
going
don't
to
do
be
that.
a big problem.
No, don't take the law into your own hand, because that can fill up your hand. Don't do that with your hands. All right? Just give them another chance. You try calling control room. Call control room and have control room give them some instructions. So dial 919, right? See if you can get into police control and see if control room could give them some instructions. Because sometimes, it's just a simple matter of instruction. Sometimes information needs to go this way instead of this way. Am I making sense to you?
But how is it that you can't get through to the police station?
That's a hard question to answer. But I'm telling you, you should be able to get through to the police control room.
Huh. Okay.
911, you can get through. That's for sure.
919. But give that a try and then let us know tomorrow. Out of town.
That sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you.
good stuff.
I normally call 911. It just goes through. The
323.
answer.
775-698-0775. We got more calls. Let's take them. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, spiritual advisor, what's up?
Yeah, what's happening, guy?
This is Molly, Mrs. Miller.
Hey.
What's up? You look good in red, you should keep that on.
Ha ha ha. Boy, everybody in red look at me and see I don't do foolishness. I just had to tell one young boy that to regatta. They ain't
the
giving
only
me
thing I have with you,
they ain't
the
giving
only
me nothing
problem
to
I have
do.
with Freedom March now,
Mm-hmm.
I know the king is dead, but y'all ain't have as much substance as before when Rodney Monk was sitting in that chair where you sitting, Mr. Miller. We need you to turn the heat up some more on the government officials. You have that lady calling you about just now?
Yeah.
There was a time when Rodney Monk said, I will call the Minister of National Security myself and
Yeah.
deal with that issue.
Yeah. I make
So y'all turn the heat up, man.
phone calls. Sometimes I just don't announce them. But see,
Remember now.
there's always sanity to the magic,
Remember
the
now, you
sanity
are
to the
claiming
madness.
to be the new leader of the women them and
Indeed
the
I
people
am.
them.
Indeed I am.
Indeed you are, like you say. You have took that position on. You're taking on the responsibility. Stand up for the Bahamian people and be more substantial in your talk shows. The other day I listened to you for an hour talking about cockroach. And God let the cockroach come on the boat for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, man. We have more pressing issues than who would let the cockroach come on the boat and all that, and sailing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the Bahamian
So
people.
you want me to
always
talk
look
about
forward.
national things, just not sailing, which happens to be the national sport of the country.
Well, that's a new thing they just did in Parliament last
But it's
year.
still national. So you got to make up your mind which
Okay,
side
everybody
you're
knows
gonna be on.
holiday time in the Bahamas is regatta, homecoming, and all that.
Yeah.
But
All right. Pretty much
Freedom
thank you, Lord.
March itself was an avenue for citizens of this country to get the relief that they wanted, but they can't get to their MPs, they
Yeah.
can't get to the government.
All right.
Now, if you're going to be the leader of the woman them and the leader of the people, let's go.
All right.
Spiritual advisors only have spiritual advice, I
It's
can't
a-
put no heat on the pastor.
I take your position on it.
Okay, let's get it together, man.
Roger that. Strength 5.
Thank you so much, caller.
We got another call. Let's take one more. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Miller, Mr. Rule.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
I want to from last week, I was trying to give a shout out, congratulations to my son, Gerard Storr, on his promotion to sergeant. He's in Cat Island.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
So I want to say congratulations to him.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Sergeant Storr.
Yes, sir.
But is he in the north or is he in the south?
He is in the South.
Okay. Well, I should have met him. I ran into quite a bit of them while I was up there, particularly over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all a good bunch of decent peace officers. I thank them very much. And I'm happy to report, you may be very pleased to hear this.
Uh-huh.
Your son them so big time, they ain't had a single incident in the whole of Cat Island. Pookie, I wanna talk to you. Pookie, you know something? Y'all getting better, you know. Man, I'm not a single incident. I went and I met with the senior police officer when I left, who has advised me that there is no crime to report in the whole of the Cat Island Regatta weekend. I thought that was so commendable.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, so you tell your son, Sergeant Storr, he's a big-time policeman. He don't mess around. They could look at him, and they don't want to do crime no more.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
I will.
And I want to say this as I leave, because I feel like I'm in a talk with Cat Island no more. Brave Davis had a wonderful little get-together down in Cat Island on Sunday. And I was so surprised because that party had stopped being good, but it's good again, and so next year, Brave, I come in early. Anyway, that's our time, Bradley. You hear the jingle, that means we're on the show. We'll see you again here tomorrow
If it's a Lord's will, we'll
on
be back.
Freedom March.